Welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a one-page layout using papers from my stash and then embellishments from the new Dino-Mite collection from Echo Park. I am doing the one page today, and I believe on Saturday I will have a two-page layout using primarily the Dino-Mite collection. So I am using this orange stripe paper for a thicker border, and then I'm going to be using the white paper for my base. But then to separate the orange stripes and the white, I am actually going to be using a darker blue color. That one helps kind of bring in another color because a lot of the embellishments have a darker blue in it. But then two, I felt like just the dark color kind of contrast against that orange worked really nicely together. So I am going to be documenting these 3 photos from our trip to Dinosaur World in Florida. We've actually been to 2 dinosaur worlds, one in Kentucky and now this one in Florida. And the one in Florida definitely makes you feel like you are in a jungle. It's kind of all covered in trees, and I don't know, it was just kind of a neat experience. It was definitely hot and muggy because we went in June, and I just felt like maybe that helped add to the experience a little bit more as well. So I have these 3 photos. I am just going to line them up across this page here. I did trim them down a little bit, I believe height-wise and width. I wanted to make sure I left a little bit of a white border around each of the 3 photos. And so I had to trim down the width a little bit. So I am just going to have these go across the page. They are obviously going to kind of overhang the white and the blue papers, but was kind of the way I had it envisioned as well. I saw an idea like this, I believe on Instagram, and so I kind of was going off of that idea and liked that. They did, though, use, I believe, several pattern papers. I was trying to conserve the papers that I have from the Dino-Mite collection for the 2-page layout. And that's why I did the 1-page layout first, to see kind of how much I would have left over. And it turns out I have all of them. I ended up just using the 1 pattern paper from, I think it's Dino Friends, the old dinosaur collection from Echo Park. So because my photos are outlined in white, I needed to separate that from my background paper. And so what I ended up doing is just cutting, I believe, a 1/4-inch strip of that same blue paper. And I felt like that added enough contrast that I didn't need to kind of worry about anything else. So really, the base page came together really quickly. And then I'm going to end up using some of the frames from the Dino-Mite collection. I have them in my head, kind of both of them in my head, and I had to get them straight. So the embellishments are from the Dino-Mite collection, and I will link that one down below because that one is a new one. But I also have a bunch of flares from Scrap and Happy Studio that match the Dino-Mite collection perfectly. The word dinosaur there actually comes from the Dino Friends sticker sheet. So confusing. And so I am popping that up on foam tape. The colors worked really well together with the new collection. And then I am just going to add World underneath in this foam alpha from Simple Stories. So that's just going to be my title. And then underneath I am going to end up adding the city. And then I didn't know the date off the top of my head, but I am going to end up adding that underneath the city as well, is the plan at least. So with the frame at the top, I wanted to kind of conserve as much as I could, and so I did cut it so that I can use that other half somewhere else. And so I decided to add that flare at the top, and then I kind of wanted a saying to go across. And so I found that bright green one that I thought was really cute. And so kind of piecing together the clusters as we go. I had previously kind of separated out the ephemera pack into kind of, well, the frames and then the sayings and pieces that I wouldn't use on this collection. So you see me reaching over my layout. I have one of those trays from scrapbook.com, and everything is kind of separated on that tray. I probably should have brought that into camera to kind of show you guys. But that is what I'm reaching for. I'm kind of, like I said, trying to piece together the clusters that way. On the bottom, I did use another frame, a longer frame, and again, cut that one in half as well. And I'm going to end up adding a phrase piece of ephemera down there. I do have so many flares from Scrap and Happy Studio that matched. I have these mini heart flares and the colors just matched perfectly. So you can see I snuck one up with the canvas flare at the top, snuck one over to the left of the title there, and then I am going to end up using one down on the bottom cluster as well. But then I have a second pack of dinosaur flares from Scrap and Happy Studio, and I wanted to bring in some of those. The phrases on those are black, and this is just how I've always been. I cannot combine black and navy. It's just really hard for me, whether it be in scrapbooking or clothes. It is just, I have a hard time doing that. And so I did bring in kind of that green dinosaur, but we'll have to use these sayings on a different layout, just because it's just a thing I have where I cannot combine them. To finish off the clusters, I am just going to add some enamel dots from my stash. I found a freckled fawn. I think it was actually a fall collection, but the colors matched perfectly. And so I'm just sprinkling kind of some enamel dots throughout each of the clusters, just to kind of even them out maybe. And then just to finish off the layout, oh, I already did the date or the city. My goodness, I can't even. I completely missed that. So yeah, I added the city and I will add the date at the bottom as well. But I will have this collection linked down below, as well as Scrap and Happy Studio, because she's got so many awesome flares. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for Saturday for that 2-page layout. But I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.